Okay, let me last little thing done. Yeah, I changed my mind on going to day one and doing the cycle again on Don't Escape 4. 4 days to survive. I mean, I enjoy the game, but I feel like it's probably for you guys, it's probably getting old. So if you specifically want to request it, then do so and I can do that. But I think I'm just going to move on. So today we're going to be doing CLeM, which I started on Halloween. So just a little, slightly under a month ago. So, and I've got this one requires, I think requires, anyway, this one I was using a controller, an Xbox controller on, and so I've got that set up as well. So, I'm going to get into the game, and then I'm going to get myself something to drink and something to snack on briefly. So I will be back just momentarily. I'm supposed to have, actually, with my new stuff, supposed to be like a be right back that I can use that's different. Let me see. This is what I was using before, of course. I do this. I think that's one of the overlays that I had made for me was a be right back one. Let me find that one. This, here. There. Okay, and then I guess I just gotta stretch it to, that's not really, no, yeah, do that. And then I guess we'll just do it midway. So 160 ish. There we go. We'll do that. That'll be my be right back. All right. Now let me give you some. Uh, let's do. We'll start with this. I forgot to send out the notification on Discord. So let me do that really fast. Just so if somebody's around and wants to watch, they will know where to go. All right. This doesn't seem to catch up. There we go. Okay. So, like I said, this takes a controller. So once I'm in, I want to use this. Means. What does that mean? I don't remember now. If I just this, I think I just do this. That's fine. What? Oh, I was waiting for the kick and the bass drop.
I want something that won't give up.
Something that won't give up, huh? Hey, Mary, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate it. Yeah, I still technically have another scenario to do for the first day of Don't Escape 4, but I was like, I've done that for so many weeks now. I'm just going to not worry about it. So we're jumping into CLeM, which we started on Halloween. So our master, it's just a voice as far as I've heard so far in the game. But our master wants something that won't give up. So we're looking for the loyalty attribute. You can see here in the book at the top left. So we want that kind of ruby cut shape, or whatever you want to say, the gemstone cut shape. And so we just gather stuff, trying at whatever point to accomplish that thing. So I think there's pretty much never anything down here. There's this. It's like an alchemy thing or something, but I don't remember if we finished this puzzle or if we still have to do this. I think we finished this one and got whatever from it. I don't remember for sure though. Let's go upstairs and wander around though. I don't think there's much back here. It's just like the busted sink or whatever. Oh no, this isn't even that. This is a different room. That's right. This is the pantry or whatever that has almost nothing left in it. And you can see I can't even interact with stuff now, where I was able to before. So I think there's pretty much nothing left in this room. At least for the time being. Something might become available later, but... And nothing really in this room either. So remember some of this. Like, that's my inventory. Okay. Y is inventory. It's an Xbox controller. If you're playing it on PlayStation, obviously it's not going to be the same, right? What is that going to be? It's let's see. Is that triangle? I don't remember what's on top on the PlayStation. I would look at the controller, see it, memorize it, and then remember from there, but I don't remember. It's been quite a while since I used a PlayStation controller. Anyway, I don't know if there's even available on PlayStation, to be honest, actually, but okay. Sticky fabric. Label says bicarbonated. No. Bicarbonated. Bicarbata. Whatever. It's empty. Another note says, bring me determination. Could this be the handwriting of the voice? Sheet full of yellow-green viscous liquid. Gross. Big spoon. Couldn't eat soup with it, though. Yeah, because it's a strainer. And a screwdriver. Okay. Extremely hard metal wand with a plastic handle. Okay, and then I can do... Is it this? How is it that I... Oh, it's this notebook. I see. The bee would be loyal, right? The bee is going to work for the good of the hive. That's probably what we're trying to gather, trying to capture this time. Keep searching for that. Yeah, and we have this lens of truth, which will show us stuff that otherwise you can't see. Let's see, how do I use... Does it say here how I use? Maybe not. Let's see. I don't remember how I use the Wand of Truth. Y opens that. B closes that. That opens that. I don't know. It's been a month, so I don't remember how you use that. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I like the style a lot too. And it's kind of an interesting, rather than being the person searching, like the person creating the formula or trying to stop somebody who's creating the formula,
Something useful in your notes.
we're the servant, like Igor for Dr. Frankenstein or something, right? Or Frankenstein, where we're trying to gather the stuff on his behalf. Yeah, so we've got the strainer. I wonder if we use that with a bee. So if I go outside to the greenhouse, that might be... Because I think a bee is probably what we want in this case. Probably. There's a kitty cat there. Anyway, this is the way to outside though. Let's try this first, and if this doesn't work, or if we can't get a bee or can't find something out here that we need, then we can see how to proceed from there. Like, try to look at other stuff, other ways of continuing on. Okay, there are no bees in here already. Let's see, what did... Oops, I like this. That's a bouquet. That doesn't say specifically how to attract bees. So bees are social insects which live in colonies called hives. All activity within the hive revolves around the queen, the only bee capable of laying eggs that produce worker bees. All of the bees within the hive share an unwavering bond. that makes them collaborate unconditionally for the good of the colony. To defend themselves, bees have a stinger situated at the end of their abdomen, which they use to inject their foes with a venom called apitoxin. Bees will use their stinger without hesitation, even though doing so will bring about their death. Yeah, that's the sad thing with bees, right? Because bees have the barbed tail. So they stick it in, they can't pull it out without pulling that out of themselves and killing themselves. Whereas something like a wasp or a hornet or something has just a spike, but no barb. So they'll stick it in, and they can stick it in and stick it in and stick it in again and again and again. It sucks. But bees are far more, well, except for when they're in danger because of problems that have happened, of course, in the world. But in normal conditions, so let's say all the way through like the mid 20th century or something, bees around the world were far more prolific in reproducing. They had a lot more eggs that hatch into workers or new queens over time. They did a ton more of that, whereas wasps and hornets and stuff don't have nearly as many. They have a lot. That's why you have a ton of wasps in the spring and stuff in the summer, but they don't have nearly as many as like honeybees. That's why honeybees have big swarms. Like they'll have the hive, they'll grow too big for the hive, and so some of them will swarm. So you have a tree branch or something, and a big swarm of them will be stuck on the tree branch, not moving, trying to create a new hive or find a new hive, whichever. But there's still some of that original colony are still back over at the original hive as well. So anyway, that gives you a sense of how much more they reproduce than the others do. Because you don't see like wasps swarming trying to go find somewhere else. They have their little nest that was made, and they stay in that when it's nighttime or whatever, and then go fly, of course, during the day. Anyway, so then, what a shame to think that the bee that stung that annoying Lucy must be dead now. It wouldn't have stung her if she hadn't been distracted like she always is, boring us with all the things she knows about hallucinogenic mushrooms. The apitoxin from the bees is a potent reagent to modify hostile behavior and make it akin. So ladybird is carnivorous. Interesting. Grasshopper. Beetle. Centipede. See, of all these, though, I think the bee is really the one that's going to be like the loyalty and stuff. Yeah, Vespidae. These are awful, of course. It's cool they have like tons of insects for you too. Anyway, but I think B is what we want. Move back all the way up to that. Oops. There we go. B. Okay. It's a sad. Shows Lucy stung. Shows the poor bee R.I.P. That's cute. Anyway, don't know how I'm gonna draw any bees into here, or I can't gather a flower either from there to take it outside or something. But if I leave, I always close the door, so I can't choose to leave the door open either to attract bees. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, and this is a chain we cannot get past currently, at least. It's possible at some point we might end up with bolt cutters or something that'll get us through that, but
You're so close now.
I'm so close now? You think so, huh? You say so. You say so. I don't think so myself, but... This, if I get in here, I can't get out unless I do a certain combination. Don't think there's anything in there that would work for bees anyway. This is the bathroom with the leaking stuff and everything, yeah. Nothing in here. Okay. Cannot interact with the flowers in the vase. So we're not supposed to grab that. Yeah. See, if I go back to this page, if I go to like vanity, let's say, that comes over to the ladybird. But if I go, or I do something else and say like greed, that'll take me over to the grasshopper. So if I go to loyalty, which she said, oh, I see. She said something that won't give up is actually what she said, not loyalty. I think. Hang on. Let's do this again, like get into it again, wake up again and see what she says. Because I want to make sure that I'm not. She says,
I want something that won't give up.
yeah, something that won't give up. Yeah. So it's like determination or something like that. That's probably what we want, right? I was thinking loyalty, but no. Loyalty's not that. I don't want loyalty. So we want actually Helicidae, probably. Snail is a mollusk which moves very slowly by dragging its body along the ground. Has a spiral-shaped hard shell in which it can hide when it feels threatened. Another peculiarity is that the snail is a hermaphroditic animal. As such, can take on either male or female characteristics according to the manner in which it develops. It can live on land or in water and is equally comfortable in hot climates such as that found in deserts, or cold climates like that of the seafloor. Although what snails like most is to soak up the sun after a gentle rainfall. The rituals which use snails always have one thing in common. The alchemist must wait patiently while the live snail crawls from outside the pentagram to the center. Many accept defeat before the ritual is complete. I suppose you must really want something badly to wait patiently for so long. Okay. So we want maybe rainfall. The greenhouse would potentially satisfy both of those, right? Because greenhouse makes sure that like plants get plenty of sun, and heat, but it also gets humid in there, which would be more along the lines of the rainfall as well. There's no way to get any water from here, right? Just to make sure that we... Yeah. No way to get it from there. Okay. So here's nice, like here's our nice sprinklers, making it moist, something that the snail should like. Wonder if I just have to spot the snail, like me as a player, if I have to do that, and then I just wait until it goes into this circle or something? I don't know. I'm not seeing a snail, but... Yeah. Yeah. Basically that the snail really loves soaking up the sun after a rainfall. I don't have a way of making it rain. So I was thinking the greenhouse, because you have those sprinklers, basically, or whatever, the misters. Which would be, you know, roughly the same as rainfall. And it's a greenhouse, so it obviously intensifies heat from the sun. But maybe we don't have a snail in there. We've already done things in the greenhouse, so I don't know that we necessarily need to. I'm just trying to figure out where we're going to get. And I wandered around the house, and I didn't see, or the whatever you want to call this place, mansion, whatever, and I didn't see anything like a snail wandering around, like on a plate or something, like in the sink or whatever. So I'm not sure.
Look at your notes.
Soak up the sun after a gentle rainfall. I can't get like on top of the greenhouse or something, right? know. It seems like the greenhouse is a dead end, though. So let's try something else in the house, maybe. There's nothing there anymore. We already got that in a previous item. I think it was the first item we got. Actually, we had to go into there, dig in that. Yeah, that's why actually I was wondering maybe I need to move a flower or something, but you can only interact with something if you get an indicator. So for example, if I go down here, I get this leave indicator. You can't really see it because my stream thing's covering. Oh, also I don't have my logo. Let me pull my logo as well. One sec. Pull this down really fast. Close enough, I guess. I need to make one that's transparent too, so that I don't have to, when the background color is different. Anyway. So, yeah, so I have to try when I have prompts like that. So when I go to the greenhouse, I only saw 2 prompts. There was one to interact with the statue, but I think that's like I need a rock piece, almost like a key or something that'll fit in there, I think. So there's only this here, and then there's over by the door. See, I think like this little square cutout thing is probably what I want. If I tried these different things, and he'll just say no when I try them. And that's the last thing I have is that vial with the yellow viscous liquid or whatever. So that's the only thing here, has the use thing. Like I go all along all the pots here. That's kind of what I was checking to see if any of them let me interact at all. Either in case the snail was on them already, or if I could grab them, pick them up. And none of them will give me any prompt. And then I can leave. So not the greenhouse currently. Also going kind of near these trees in case there's a snail on them or nearby them. But I still don't see. This is a tool shed, and as such has only tools in it. And we were already in there just in case. Nothing. And I can't do anything like climb up on this or reach into this hole. So I'm not sure how I'm interacting with something out here to get a snail. She does say, Master does say we're close when we were by the door here. So I think it is something outside. Otherwise, why would she say we're close when we're there? Unless it's just a generic, every so often she says, you're so close kind of thing to encourage you. Maybe. But unless it's that, I really don't know why she would say that by the door. But there's nothing in here I could interact with either. I went around the shelf and the tool board couldn't interact with anything on any of these either. Because this also has sunlight here, right? Coming through. But there's no dampness or anything here to draw a snail, potentially. Yeah, see, over here, you stop seeing shadows. So, probably, like you're saying, you're probably right. It's probably something over to the right here. When I go, the shadows here, can I interact with anything? That's enter, which is not what I want to do right now. Don't want to enter that again either. See, some of these look like they could end up being snails on trees or something. Can't seem to interact with this tree. Yeah, so over here, but I get the enter prompt. So that's going to take me inside. So I want to do it without having that enter prompt. So I got to go over here some. There's no shadow coming from here. Yeah, I do think you're right. It's probably something over here where the shadows are. Yeah, and that for sure does take me inside, so
You wrote things in your notebook, didn't you?
Okay, smarty pants. You wrote things in your notebook, didn't you? Yeah, I know. Not seeing anything in there. The scene of paintings has a lady in it, just like the one in the greenhouse. When I looked at it through the lens of truth, the painting changed a little bit. I'm going to draw it here. It might be important. Something strange is going on. Before, I woke up in the same place again. Keep hearing a voice asking me for things. Now the door to this room just closed on its own. It doesn't have a lock, so I don't know how I'm going to get out. Well, that was that's this over just... So if you look where it says something strange, just to the left of that, behind the book, there's the door that's cracked open with the light coming. That's the room he's talking about. Magic key I found was only useful for unlocking the drawer, and inside there were just pieces of paper. Must be some way to get out of here. And that was, I don't remember what it is, but there's a pattern you do with objects in that room and it lets you out. Oh, that's right. So over here on the right is how you get out. You form the symbols of temperance and discretion using the books. You basically, the books have symbols on them in addition to like titles. You line the symbols up, I think, if I remember right. Something like that. Anyway. Distiller members, you'll find the key that will take us to our new sanctuary. Burning Marble Valley. Those are clues from previous stuff. Okay. Not sure. Let me see. Uh, Go through utility closet, pick up the can from the floor. That's the empty can I have. Got the handle. Yeah, I'm looking at a walkthrough because it's been a bit since I'm in the middle, I guess, of gathering stuff. Okay, I've done the bathroom. I fixed the bathroom. Then go left to the pantry. I have the strainer, so I've done that. Use the orb? Do I have an orb? Saying use the orb on the statue, I think the statue might already have the orb. I don't know. I think so, right? Doesn't she carrying like a ball or something on? Maybe not. Okay, where do I get the orb then? Did I not already? Hang on. I might have missed something in that room. So I'm gonna have to do that again. Okay, that's fine. We'll go back and see, because I saw the clue to remind me how to get out of there too. Okay. So in here, again, the door's shut behind me. Okay, there's a globe here. Don't know what the idea of these is. Huh. So that's what the look there was for. So I did these already correctly. So we're using the lens of truth. Yeah, see, I need this orb. So, there's not a lens of truth to use on that. I think the lens of truth, when I use this, I think I used it on this painting already when I played on Halloween. I think I just revealed like this sphere at the top there. So that doesn't particularly help me. I'm supposed to form. Actually, I'll just do this. Okay, I want to. Temperance and discretion. Temperance is the plus, and discretion is the like V with an underline. Yeah. How do I form something with those? That doesn't make sense. I can only use these, huh? There must be something else where I form the symbols because this doesn't make any sense. How could I possibly... What am I looking at? So I want... See, I can only do the green things. Wow, I am really not remembering a lot of this, apparently. Usually I don't have nearly this much trouble remembering what we did, but I am not remembering. I've already arranged those. Angel Isle, Burning Marble Valley, Labyrinth, Seas, Misty Cave, Misty Mountain. That's this thing here. We've already done those. Okay, so I've done those. So the next thing is... Yeah, I know. Unfortunately. But, like I said, I still... I mean, I'm getting up there in age, yeah, but I mean, I still have easily enough of my faculties that I don't have trouble remembering this kind of stuff. But for some reason, this one's not sticking in my brain where we left off. So based on the other notes, need to move a series of green books, give the shape of temperance. Top row, middle. Second row, far left. Middle, far right. Is that not what I did? Maybe I had the wrong row. Oh, I think I had the wrong row. This. Yeah, I had the third row. That's why. That forms temperance, which unlocks the door for me. Okay, so we can get out now. The thing is, though, I don't remember grabbing an orb. After doing this, it says, take the orb from inside the globe. And I got the strainer. Let me see. Adhesive tape I have in my inventory. Runic key, blah, blah, blah. Take the strainer. I have the strainer. Okay. Go back out to the greenhouse. Use the orb on the statue on the far left that it will move aside, revealing an opening. I don't have an orb, though. When I go to my inventory, I don't have an orb in here. So it says, take the orb from the globe. But I look, there's no... I can't interact with it all, with this at all. Angel Island, Burning Marble Valley, Labyrinth Seas, Mystic Cave, Misty Mountains. Oh. So Angel Island is first, then Burning Marble Valley. Then Burning Marble Valley. Then Labyrinth Seas and Mystic Cave, I see. There we go. That's... I thought I'd already done that puzzle. I had not done that puzzle. That was why. I think I stopped at that puzzle, I think is what it was. That's why I don't have the globe, or didn't have the globe. Okay. Okay. I couldn't remember. The thing I was mostly forgetting, I forgot the temperance thing too. The symbol, like how to do it. I was one row off. I was doing third row instead of second row. But I was forgetting where I'd left off mostly, which was there, so that I could get the orb. I had done a little swapping of the vials, didn't quite have it right. And it was time to move to the next game during the Halloween stream, so I just stopped. I was wondering, I was like, I don't remember where we left off, except that what I should have done is gone back to my Halloween, because I have a recording of it as well, in addition to whatever's online. So I should have just gone back to my recording of the Halloween stream and looked at this before playing this today, so that like look at the end of this, so I remember where I left off. That's okay though. There we go. She'll put it up on top of her head. Maybe not all the way up.
Well done.
Thank you. It only took a walkthrough to remind me what I did not yet do. Yeah, here we go. And there should be a snail that's hiding from the bird. Oh, I probably want to do it high to get the bird. I'm guessing. There we go. Yeah. To tell a bird to screw off, basically. That's awesome. Get out of here, stupid bird. Nobody wants you around. Don't kill the snail, you stupid bird. Unfortunately, I like all of those. I like insects like snails and slugs and stuff, but I also like, or mollusks, they're not insects anyway. And also like birds. I like all of them, so I'm not taking a side really in who should win out in any particular challenge, like escape or whatever.
Don't be it. I want now. You have it. Give it to me. Don't be it. I want it to come. That won't give up now.
She's very impatient, our master. There she is.
Yes. That's what I need.
It's like Dexter's Lab, except CLeM's alchemy or something. It's like she's a genius, or apparently a really powerful magician, although she's a kid, but...
And now, bring me intelligence.
Intelligence? Oh. Okay. So we got beauty and determination so far. Intelligence. We're gonna nab a spider. Spider is the most common arachnid. It has 8 legs and 2 or more pairs of eyes. It is an excellent predator and adapts its hunting techniques to suit the place where it lives and the prey on which it feeds. Almost all spiders are able to spin a very fine and resistant thread to construct webs and burrows. They can also immobilize their prey with venom or surprise them with rapid movements. That'd be like a trapdoor spider, for example. They're the best to get rid of mosquitoes. Spider brain is the best ingredient for the exchange ritual. By sacrificing just a couple of days, the ritual will enable an alchemist to solve the most difficult problems which they might face. The most complicated part is extracting the spider brain without damaging it. If not done correctly, then the time spent is wasted and nothing gained in return. Ote, artichoke. So I need to find and then capture a spider. We got these flies, which means spiders potentially could make a web over here. There's nothing back there anymore. Well, there could always be something new. I guess I should check. Some stuff is not available and then becomes available later. So just make sure there's not something new in this room. Doesn't look like it though. We can do nothing with the flies currently. Or this dish left over. So we're not, at least at present, attracting spiders into this room. Now this window is open over here. I can't go out or anything, but I believe this reflects to a window from outside. I can't remember for sure if that's true. It might, let's say it might, be visible from outside as an open window, and maybe there's a spider that can crawl through there and then get to these flies at that point. I don't know. Yeah, so nothing in here. Actually, I don't know if I looked carefully enough. I don't think there was anything for this window where you could maybe move the blinds or something. Yeah, no. Okay, so where are we going for this? Ooh, somebody just walked by outside. Hey, can I see this person? No. Apparently not. Okay. Well, good to know. This is open now. Ooh. I wonder if that means that our spider will be down here. Playing in the wine library. This month, we challenge you to guess how you should store your bottles of wine to guarantee their perfect preservation. Young wines are not aged in casks and are bottled immediately following fermentation. How would you place the bottles containing these youthful wines with primary aromas? Crianza. Crianza wines are those that have been aged for a minimum of 24 months, of which 6 to 12 months have been spent in a cask. In what position should you place these bottles to maintain the fresh and fruity flavor of Crianza wines? Reserva. Wines in this category have a total aging period of at least 36 months, at least 12 of which should be spent in oak casks. How would you store them to be sure of preserving all the subtle tones of these wines? And then Grand Reserva. Thanks to a longer aging period of 5 years, at least 18 months of which are in casks, these wines acquire a complexity and depth of aroma far superior to the others. Where would you put each and every bottle of these prized wines? The answer in the next edition of Cask and Cork for your merry pleasure. Don't miss it. Ooh. Ooh. I'm on the edge of my seat, man. Totally want to know where I need to store them. Actually, I shouldn't mock that, because some people like that stuff and it's cool if they like it. I have no interest in that type of stuff myself, whatsoever. But it's cool if that interests you. That's cool. In which case, the next issue might be exciting for you, obviously. Day and night cycles to form a pattern? I have no frame of reference to know what the pattern would be. Alright, let's look at my notes. In the basement, there's a pile of wine magazines. It looks like all the editions from 1 to 143 are there. The last one has some pages marked. In the basement, I found a toy box with loads of buttons. It also has a drawing of a half moon carved into it, and another one of a sun which sticks out. Last one has some pages marked. I wonder if this is telling me the pattern of buttons. So A. There we go. Check your answers against the notes made by our resident wine expert, Martin Dubeck. Are there sets of wine bottles I can manipulate? So green twice diagonally. I waved the lens over the pages of the wine magazine. What looks like the solution to a puzzle appeared. Oh, I see. That is for the... Right. Okay, that's for this over here that we did not previously have a solution for. I thought I had something that tied to it, but it did not. I'm pretty sure, though, what we just got is the solution for this puzzle. So... back down to the basement. And over to this room. This puzzle. So we want... yeah. So I believe what we want... oh, that's blue? Okay, hang on. So blue is... 1, 2, 3, 4, huh? Probably has to correlate to these corners. But it shows 4. So maybe that doesn't correlate like I thought. 4, 4, 4. I'm missing 1 blue for some reason. Interesting. I don't know what I do about that. But because it's 4, like basically a square, it's got to be these here. This, 2, 3, and 4, I believe. The red could be anywhere, basically, but probably, since the yellow is bottom right corner, as well as the left and up from that. I'm guessing that red one is up one and left one from that bottom corner of the yellow, which would mean the yellow does this. That means the blue is wrong. Hang on. Let's put that there. Let's put this here. Oh. I think I see. How do we do it like this, I think. Okay. So then the red can really be in any slot. How do we manage that? No. Let's do the greens first, I think. So hang on, let me just... Okay, let me do these in reverse. Let me pick these up first. Okay, so the green are diagonal from each other. So it could be... I think the... I think we want this for the green. Hey, Faux Fox, welcome. Do we want that for the green, though? What if we do this for the green instead? And then the yellow could be that. Doesn't work either. So the yellow could basically go here, or obviously up one. We go here. Maybe that's what we do. So the yellow's kind of out of the way. And then we do green diagonals. And then we do blues. No, not red. Red over here, maybe. We do blues. I don't know why I only have 3 blue and 1 red. I think when I came down here, there were only 3 blue. Does that mean I'm supposed to find a 4th blue somewhere? I might need to. The red's out of the way. It's going pretty well. Playing some CLeM. That's where you're that little Stitch toy. Basically, you're a homunculus. So you're basically a Stitch toy brought to life, and you're the servant of an alchemist girl. I was telling Miri earlier, it kind of like Dexter's Laboratory, except it's like CLeM's alchemistry laboratory or something. So CLeM, I think, is the girl you serve. I think that's who that's supposed to be, is CLeM. And she's an alchemist. She's like apparently a really good alchemist in training, like really skilled learning how to do stuff. But because she's busy doing all of her alchemy stuff, she has you, her little animated doll toy, bring her things that she needs for her alchemy experiments or whatever. Well, experiments or creations or whatever it is, actually. Okay, I don't think we can solve this quite yet, because I think we need a fourth blue. Based on this, there are 4 blues, right? 4 yellow, 4 green, 4 blue, and 1 red. 1 red, 4 yellow, 4 green, but 3 blue. I do think this is likely, I don't know for sure, but this is likely the pattern we want also. Because we get the diagonals for the green, we get the L shape for the yellow, and then we basically have the square for the blue, and then one red could be wherever red goes, whatever's left over, right? So I need 1 more blue, I think. I don't know where I get that, though. It might be in that combination of sun, like that sun and moon puzzle that's out in the cellar where we had been before. Well, in the cellar 2, they're both kind of cellars, really, where we just were with the bottles plus over here. But anyway. Maybe there's another bottle of wine if we manage to solve that puzzle. I'm trying to think if I have anything that'll tell me the solution to this. So I do this, does that flip the suns to moons? I see. I think we're trying to depress them all. Gotta find the pattern. Not that one. So this one. These two, this and that, both tend to raise. Oh, and that raises the moon? I see. That's affect those two. It tells you which ones will get flipped when you do it. So that's helpful. I wasn't paying attention to that before, but it does tell you. So if I want... It flips all three of those. Then what does this flip? This does not flip that. This flips that. This does not. So the... No. Yeah, okay. Then this flips that. Flips those two, which I don't want, of course. But if I need to get that, that flips all of those. Okay. If I see you tonight, I'll see you tonight. Thanks. Take care. Thanks for stopping in. That and that does nothing. So that flips that. That flips that. I see. So if I do that, I see. So combinations with others flips as well. Interesting. If I do that. Flip one and get the other right after. There's got to be a pattern that I've not quite found. That'll flip all of those. So now these are icy. So that's too many, I guess. Interesting. I don't know if I, other than trial and error and getting it finally right at one of these points, I don't know if I have another way of doing this puzzle or not. It's not a matter of having clues, I don't think. Yeah. They take a while to figure out, for sure. That will do nothing. That'll flip 3, though. Yeah. 2. Restart. So that will flip 2. All of these will flip 2, right? If I flip 2, that'll flip 1, that'll flip 1, both diagonally and down. If I do this one, that makes those flip a lot more. Okay. If I do this and get 2, and this, now if I go, still just 2. Flip 3, flip 3, flip 3. 2, 2, 3. Okay. That makes this with 3. Interesting. Okay. This is the only one that doesn't affect others right now. That. And then if I do this, that flips it again. Interesting. Okay. So if I do this and flip these again, this will flip nothing. That flips 2. That flips nothing. So if I flip 2, that will do. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Okay, some of these that manage just one. 2, 3. That's 3, that's 3. 1, 0, 0. Two, 1, 1, 1. I see. So it looks like if I get myself like here surrounded, then I can press down without getting. I don't know. Yeah. I'll have to figure that out another time. I'm not going to do it right now, I think. Unless that's the thing we need. But I don't know that I'm totally convinced of that. I'm pretty sure we need another blue bottle. I don't know that that's in that container, though. Yes, the axe is already used for cutting that. There's a dragonfly. Doll looks like a worm with its eyes closed, wearing a little hat. Reminds me a bit of me. I mean, I guess the fact that you're a doll, otherwise, shouldn't really remind you much. Isn't like the color of the skin, quote unquote, on the doll, the color of the face, and like having a hat and narrowing down instead of having two legs. None of that matches you, but I guess it's a doll, so doll's a doll, I suppose. Trying to get a spider though. I don't think so, but let's see if there are any rooms in here that might have an extra bottle sitting around that I somehow missed, didn't remember seeing. So that's my spider, I think, is right here. I need yellow-green viscous fluid. I don't think that's anything I'm going to be using. In here. Nothing up on top of the wardrobe or whatever? No. The closet. It's not a wardrobe, really. It doesn't really have clothes in it, but it could be a cupboard. Not a wardrobe, though. Blocks currently. Let me see. Okay. And up to the right is CLeM.
Have you been out to the garden?
And then this is where the spider is. The utility closet. There's nothing here. We just were there last time. That had the orb and stuff. Over here. I think we need to go back to the cellar and try that puzzle again. We just got to get the pattern where we don't... We have to cut off avenues of extra stuff being... like popping up. So once stuff is down, then it'll stay down unless there's something specifically that will pop pieces up. Right? So So if I do this now, because this other has popped up already, it's only gonna let me, only gonna add the bottom left. Okay. That's 3. That's 3. Because it may be the reverse, right? We may be, instead of trying to depress all of them, maybe we're trying to rise all of them. I was trying to depress before. Now we seem to be rising a lot more than we are depressing. So maybe that's what we want? Or maybe it's just all the suns are either depressed or raised, and all the moons are depressed or raised. And we give it the darker color, maybe the moons need to be depressed, and the others need to be raised. So this, and then that would raise the sun again. I think I might have messed up. Let's see. Because I need something that'll raise these again. So what if I... raise those two. Raise that. Yeah, and then this raises this and the other depresses, right? There we go.
Excellent.
It was the opposite. I was thinking all depress all of them, then raise all of them. And I was like, wait, but if we're just doing the moon is night, that's a darker color when it's depressed. So we do all the moons at night and all the suns at day when it's lighter color raised. So that's what we wanted to do. Okay. Yeah, I had to not, it's the wrong term, not reverse engineer. I had to think though, kind of backwards a little bit from what I'd been doing. I was like, okay, so if I depress all of them, that doesn't work. If I raise all of them, that doesn't work. And then I started noticing as I was pressing, I was like, wait. The moon, like when they're depressed, they're dark. When they're up, they're light. Light is day. Dark is night. Anyway, it took me a bit. It took me quite a bit actually to figure that out. I was like, wait, I don't know. Okay. Hello, CLeM. If you're reading this, then you're looking for your charm. I'm sorry, but it's not here anymore. I've told you 1,000 times that I can't stand it when you disappear while I'm talking to you. So I'll keep hold of it until you grow up a bit. Maybe get out of the house for some fresh air. That way, you may even make some friends, Dad. Well, what a friggin' jerkwad. And then that's wine we just got, right? Is that we just... Yeah, we just got our other blue wine. Okay, perfect. Okay. So our dad's kind of mean to us. We're gonna cry, probably. Well, not us. We're the homunculus, I think. I think CLeM is the daughter, the alchemist, and CLeM will cry. Potentially. Okay, so now we take this blue bottle back to the wine cellar. Whoops, not what I meant. I meant this one. There we go. So that is the correct pattern. I was just missing the one bottle. And that we just got is what? Little wooden box. Must have something in it because it weighs more than I expected. Okay, so why separate? A teleport charm?
Ooh, you found the charm. It's amazing. You'll see.
Okay. This house is huge. When I need to search for the ingredients for my rituals, I have to wander through loads of rooms, up and downstairs, across the garden. I'm sick of it. I need something to help me get around quicker and which doesn't tire me out. Thinking about that has reminded me of my favorite series, Full Iron Alchemist, instead of Full Metal Alchemist. Very nice. When they're in a jam, Edgar and Alfred are able to make things appear by drawing transmutation circles on the floor. I wonder if I could do something like that and use the circles to appear wherever I want. Of course I can. I've drawn various circles around the house, and to enable me to use them, I've made myself a teleport charm out of a silver medallion and a few amethyst crystals to concentrate energy. If a few days go by without using them, the portals deactivate. I can reactivate them by approaching them with the charm. Once the portals are active, teleporting is as easy as tossing the charm up in the air, and I'll appear in the portal of my choice. Very cool. My room, tree house? We have a tree house? Interesting. Front door. Thea, I don't know where that is. In the attic, there's an attic also that I've not got to. That might be the upper left, the room that had the boards on it. And then the cellar, which we were just down at. Interesting. Okay. Whoops, not what I meant. Bumper is what I wanted, not that. The basement, I found a toy box with loads of buttons. Okay, I managed to open the toy box. There was a note inside and a bottle of wine. Alright. Okay. I still have an empty box. If I combine this with this? No. With nothing, okay. I'm just wondering if we can get the spider with the box that we have. Maybe. I feel like probably not though, right? The spider probably just flee from us when we get too close with the box. That's what spiders do, like in the house. If you like don't want to kill them, you want to just send the spiders back outside. You can get like a jar or something, put it, when the spider's on the wall, put the jar against the wall so the spider's trapped inside the jar. Just kind of bump it slightly. Don't hit it. You don't want to hurt it. If your goal's not to hurt it or kill it, obviously you don't want to hurt it. So you just kind of bump the leg. Spider will kind of tumble after a certain number of bumps. It might tumble. Then you just get it in the jar and you kind of up like that. You can put like something on top briefly so that it can't get out. Then you take the whole thing outside and you kind of shake it out a little bit and get the spider onto the sidewalk or wherever. Then you go back in. Anyway, the point is though, if you get close to the spider with the jar and the spider notices before the jar's trapped it, the spider's going to take off. Be like, I'm getting out of here. Well, it depends. Sometimes the spider will just like sit there like maybe it won't notice me. So it depends on the spider, I guess. But a lot of times they'll just totally go like, I'm out of here. See, and I don't have anything I can interact with in here other than that front door. So I don't know how I would use the box anyway on this. So that's probably not what I want. I mean, the box maybe is part of what I want, but it's probably not just the box. I guess is more what I'm trying to say. What was my note on the piano? So what I want to do, let me grab this. Hang on. Take screenshots, and then it gets me out of the game temporarily. Like I'm not focused on that window. And so then I no longer have the music playing. And I'm going to actually do this. And okay. So I'll just do this. So that I can be sure to remember where my black keys on the piano are. There. There. It's not the best drawing tool, this Windows snipping tool. It's like a screenshot thing, but it does let me do some drawing. So since I can do some drawing, I can kind of color in the black keys on the keyboard that I just took a screenshot of. Okay, so let me go back here. So still don't know that I have enough. What did the notebook say? So show me the keys, but then it said, okay, so some of the keys have symbols on them, like the ones from the first page of this notebook, but small ones don't have anything. If I want to do something with the piano, I probably need to keep searching. Yeah, so that's right. Okay, so we're not quite ready. We need something, I guess, for those other keys. We want intelligence. We want the spider. Spider went into the hole of that one room, and he's not come back when I go into the room again. Making me wonder if he moved on. I say he, but I don't know. I have no idea what the gender of the spider is. But anyway, making me wonder if it moved on somewhere. Not in here. Artie was down there with a wine closet as well. So there was a dragonfly over in the far side, past the greenhouse. There's probably nothing, or no spider, in the greenhouse or this little here. No, I don't see the spider here. Where did the spider go, I wonder? If it's still in that room and just in the hole, then I need some way to draw it out of the hole, and I don't know how I do that. Can't really The only flies I see are by the dishes, and I can't seem to interact with them. So I don't know how I would even catch the flies to bring to the spider to lure it out of the hole, let alone know if that's the way to proceed, if it's something else. No. Okay, we'll leave off there. So we've made progress. We just, we'll pause there for now. That'll be it for today. So next week, we will do that again. We'll do more of that, I should say. Not do it again, but do more of that. So thanks, Miri and Faux Fox, everybody else, for stopping in. Appreciate it. I must have a setting where I clear the social stream thing after so long, because I don't remember doing something like that, but I must have something, because it's like Miri, your earlier stuff is gone as well. So I don't know what's up with that, but that's fine. Anyway, yeah. Obviously I enjoyed streaming. I enjoy spending time with you guys, hanging out. So I'd be playing games probably anyway. So it's a good excuse for me to do that nevertheless. So all right, well, thanks. I will, in just under 8 hours from now, we'll be streaming Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. So if you're able to make it, I'll see you then. Otherwise, I'll see you next time when you can. Till then, peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.